All right, let's take a practice test. Okay, read and select. Tolerant. Garner. Shuttle. I don't think so. Respectable. Complement. Complement. I don't. Administrative. Yeah, confrontation. No. Ventible. I don't know. Prefix. Yeah. Overestimate. Underestimate and overestimate. Portrayal. Fill in the blanks. The compilation of small errors and the experiment's initial stages led to inaccurate result. Yes. Struck by the absurdity of the situation, he couldn't help but release an separated giggle. Maybe, yeah. If we adjust, um, what can be the word? Adjust. With these modern mindfulness practices, we might be on the thresholds of a new era in human consciousness. Unlike her classmates, she was buried with many responsibility in her free time. So, what can be the word? No. The Industrial Revolution marked a period of rapid expanding in manufacturing and trade. Coming across in an opened first edition of this book is extremely rare. All my beloved, no, belongings fit into small suitcase, and that's the beauty of minimalist living. Having a hearty meal always seemed to energize me for the rest of the day. Okay, let's go.
He was very happy with the recommendation.
He was very happy with the recommendation.
He was very happy with the recommendation.
All right, recommendation. Next, the bacteria have evolved so that they are no longer affected by antibiotics anymore. The bacteria have evolved so that they are no longer affected by antibiotics anymore.
This book will help you figure out how much you should save for retirement.
should
This book will help you figure out how much you should save for retirement.
the position of a person is their status or responsibility in a community or group of people.
Small and large steamboats and riverboats worked on lakes and rivers. Small and large steamboats and riverboats worked on lakes and rivers. Small and large steamboats and riverboats worked on lakes and rivers.
In American legal cases, it is typical to have a decision made by a jury of ordinary citizens, the attorney representing the accused and the attorney for the state for the state bond no for the state get to interview potential uh, potential jurors, individuals. The state book when the attorney for the state book get to interview the potential jurors, individuals are eliminated in no if they have a prejudice or experience that would influence their judgment or the case. This is correct. Yeah.
These tea rooms often double as bakeries so that tea and pastries are enjoyed together.
These tea rooms
These tea rooms often double as bakeries so that tea and pastries are enjoyed together.
doubled as pastries. So the D and bakery of the
These tea rooms often double as bakeries so that tea and pastries are enjoyed together.
tea and pastries are enjoyed together. And this is pastries. Now this is bakeries. Bakeries. Double. No, it's correct. An important example of the latter is spotting the partner during turns, especially free spins. An important example of the latter is spotting the partner during turns, especially free spins.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
Common needs of distance communication. He claimed that his decision was because he was concerned for the orchestra's well-being. He claimed that his decision was because he was concerned for the orchestra's well-being. The cabinet of curiosities. The cabinet at the end of the hallway is always full of strange things. You can find, um, you can find our medicine. No, you can find out medicine. Strange, strange, strange lotions and all what soaps and shampoos. I don't think anyone
Wah.
has clear cleaned it, yeah, cleaned it, oh, oh cleaned it out, cleaned it uh, out in years. I don't think anybody knows what's on the high shelf and nobody can see. That's the YouTube upload on the chapter. Full channel ke upload.
Beginning game. All of these scenarios increase the demands for modern refrigeration and manufactured ice.
All of these scenarios increase the demand for what?
All of these scenarios increase the demands for modern refrigeration and manufactured ice.
Refrigeration and manufactured ice. All of these scenarios increase the demands.
All of these scenarios increase the demands for modern refrigeration and manufactured ice.
Manufactured ice. Next, the controller then tells the input to turn off the power as the water is already boiling. The controller then tells the input to turn off the power as the water is already boiling.
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden or iron tracks.
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden and iron tracks. What?
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden or iron tracks.
Or iron tracks. Or iron tracks. Okay.
Wow.
The games added many new things such as breeding in a new bag system. The games added many new things such as breeding in a new bag system.
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
Chip, 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 chip. Now YouTube doesn't you go chip shot. Chip shot. Harisa.
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
I expected green
Lawns.
okay. Green lawns and
Lawns.
oh yeah. I expected green lawns and what?
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
And quiet streets in the suburb. Suburb. Okay.
Suburbs.
Okay.
What is your mom?
Experts in high precision machine tools, our company was founded in the engineering town of Pittsburgh in 1850 as a maker of lathes. The machines used to turn a workpiece around a rotational axis and has been in business for over 150 years. شل دقيقة وشو شروع كده من دي وقت كده ما خراب وكنا. Since then, we have become renowned as makers of precious, no, this maker, the engineer of Petersburg, lead machines used to hold peace possession of business for we have become the renowned as makers of precised, precise, no, precised, precious, prestige, no, machine tools, machine tools, the chip tools, and us pioneers in technology. While our focus is still on manufacturing machine tools, our product life has expanded to increase, no, to uh, to include a wider range of high performance equipment and services for a variety of applications and recent years. What is this? Makers of um,
Brakes operated by hand levers on some bikes also increased safety.
brakes operated on what?
Brakes operated by hand levers on some bikes also increased safety.
By hand levers?
Brakes operated by hand levers on some bikes also increased safety.
By hand levers. No. Levers on bikes has increased safety. Levers on bikes has increased safety. Next, this interactive reading. The Marine Mammal Institute, an education program at the University of Washington, needs financial support to stay open. A research in education program. One of the trips the institute sponsors every summer is the research vessel Oceanus Voyage, which what which hires researchers to study wildlife in the Sea of Cortez. Hires of Cortez of the coast of Baja California. For more than a decade, these for more than a decade, these to the sea cortes have been important for marine research. These what? These animals to the sea. Okay. The Oceanus Savoyok is now in its 11th voyage, in 11th year. Phase or year stage. Okay, but in which for fountains of around this year. The Oceanus Voyage is now in its 11th phase or year. I think phase, but it's what? Its foundation or its donation funding foundation capital foundation which which comes from the National Science Foundation runs out this year. Okay. Select the best sentence to fill in the blank in the passage. Washington comes from which comes from runs out this year. Okay. Select the best sentence to fill in the blank in the passage. The seat of core is in temperate throughout much of the year. This leaves the ocean's voyage in danger of being cancelled. A study shows that since 2000, the sea ice has been melting at an accelerating rate. Okay, the institute was able to continue working this year because of the support it got in fundraising. Director of the Marine, okay, doing working this year because it's support got from fundraising. When something is done, the United States could lose more encourage species. The year of world separate throughout Metaphia. This leaves those who are in danger of being cancelled. Yes. Um, where does the funding for the Oceanus Voyage come from? The institutes were able to. Why was the institute able to stay open this year? Uh, Lens was able to stay because of the fundraising. Select the idea that is expressed in the passage. The Northern Sea, the marine mammal is refers to the issues related to marine mammals such as sea lions. Okay, the institute wants to spend 3 months each year monitoring this so we can afford the research vessel oceanus voyage and help such as sea life and sea. This set up the best title for the passage. Basic of marine animals in the ocean equivalent could be cancelled, or how to do field research. Marine animals in the news. The basic of marine biology. This one. Interactive listening. You'll participate in a conversation about a scenario below. You are an urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. Urban studies student. You're trying to decide if you should apply for a job or if you should apply for a doctoral program. You ask your professor for their opinion. You're trying to decide if you should apply for a job or for a doctoral program, and you're an urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. Okay, job or doctoral program. Start. Professor, okay. Hi, Professor. I'm here about my final paper. I'd like to share my experience. What do you talk about, Professor? I have some great news to share. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. What can I do for you?
What can you do for I'm not working with a short I have passion and think about do but some from my life will be accounting to decide whether I get a job or apply for my no. Not as international okay, I will go to graduate. Uh, I receive a life which I should apply for doctoral program. This one.
That's a tough decision. Have you been looking at jobs in the field that you're interested in?
I've been looking for a job requiring at least a few years of experience. This one.
That's true. A doctoral program would give you the opportunity to gain more knowledge and research experience in your field so that you can eventually get a job that you want.
Okay. Yeah, but again, a doctoral program could lead to more opportunities down the road. I haven't done that. I think it is nice for that. But I feel like it takes more. I'm not sure my district is more years.
It definitely takes a lot of time and commitment, but it can be very rewarding. If you're not sure if an advanced degree is for you, why don't you try working in your field for a few years and then decide whether or not to pursue a doctorate later on?
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Okay, I'll do my work. Great. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, that's a good idea. Try out this one or this one. If there will be a huge chance for me. This one or this one. Let's see. Oh, I am in a dilemma between getting a job or applying for a doctoral program. So I asked my professor about it, and he told me to go for the doctoral program, and then after graduating, I can get a job. Section will have two writing questions. Write about the photo interactive writing. It'll take up to 9 minutes. Uh, this photo showcases uh, a sheep in the middle of a garden, staring towards the camera in a hot, sunny day. From the surroundings, we can say that it was taken in summer, as all the plants are green. How was it? Prepare to write about the topic below. Writing is a form of communication that can be used to connect people across time and physical distance. Do you think that writing will continue to be a major form of communication in the future? Provide specific reasons to support your answer. Writing is a part of communication that can be used to connect people across time and physical distance. Do you think writing will continue to be a major form of communication in the future? Okay. From my point of view, point of view, I think it will stay at the the most used forms of communication for some time, but not at the top, obviously. Obviously, as people are already using online online voice messages through WhatsApp and through WhatsApp and Snapchats and messengers. Nowadays, written communication is strictly limited to formal communication between uh, between people, organization, organizations, and partners, official partners, or via internet, mostly through emails and WhatsApp messages. But if we look, take a guess on the next 5 years, we can see that it won't stay at the top as voice messages communication. All right. So to sum up, we can say, that it will only stay relevant formal communication only and will be rarely used in, if not in. How might the use of writing for self-expression in creativity influence its role as a major form of communication in the future? Elaborate on your thoughts. How might the use of writing for self-expression in creativity influence its role as a major self-expression in creativity influence? This is the era of internet and people and people are referring to write online than offline. So the role and impact of writing and expressing your thoughts and creativity will be impactful even in the future. The most common the most common impact can be seen which can be seen the most common impact of writing which can be seen online is where tweets, Twitter, or X. Uh, Almost all of the celebrities use Twitter to post their opinions as the form of tweets on Twitter. Twitter is writing. This section will have three speaking questions. For each question, you'll have 20 seconds to prepare, 90 seconds to respond.
Describe your favorite type of music. Why is it your favorite?
Describe what type of. I've started listening to music late in my life when I was in around 12 or 13. Uh, at the start, I was listening to my local songs in Afghanistan, but then I discovered Bollywood and Hollywood songs, and then my views on music have expanded, and now my favorite genre of music is the old type of Bollywood songs, which are sung in different genres. The most favorite one of mine is patriotic songs, which are sung for the heroes of the nation and for the country. And I don't have a specific favorite singer or song in this genre, but I like it even if it's from Hollywood, my local songs, or from Bollywood. In the recent months, in around February 2024, a new song by one of our local singer, Javed Makin, was released on YouTube about our country, Afghanistan, and I was listening to that song on loop, and from there I've discovered that it is my favorite genre of type of music that I love listening to, and I can listen to it for hours without getting bored. But I also love to listen to different types of love songs and also sad songs. But my favorite one is patriotic. And yeah, like if the singer can sing a song really well, then I love to listen to that. That is correct. Uh, Fridge day, vending machine.
This picture, I see a girl with brown hair and like a pink shirt. She's looking at like a fridge or something, like ovens of pretzels and different pastries and stuff. And she's looking at, I can see in one section there's salty pretzels. In another section there's New York grilled cheese, which is really good. And then in the other one, there's something else, but you can't see the name. It looks like cakes or something. And she's pointing out like one of the grilled cheese is 4 rows down, and it looks like each of them costs like $2. And the pretzels, you can't see the price, and neither for the cakes, but it's all right. She's wearing glasses, so I think she can't see. Her eyes are like bad. Um, and below, four sections below the grilled cheese section, there's like no. I It looks like the grilled cheese is about to run out because like the other glasses are empty, and then it looks like it's very dark, so I'm guessing it's outside. And then you can also kind of see like the red thing. It might show like how much money you put in or what the price is or something like that. Yeah, and then there's also lights inside of the
Prepared to
motormarket.
speak about the topic below, discuss why it is important for adults to continue to learn and develop new skills. What are the benefits of lifelong learning? What might happen if adults do not continue to learn and develop new skills? Why is it important for adults to continue and learn and develop new skills? All right, this is 2024, a new era of technology, and recently AI has been introduced to the world. And now, like people who have learned or studied computer science 10 or 5 years ago, and they weren't accustomed to AI. If they do not accustom themselves with the usage of AI, then they might be kept away from the advancement or the benefits of the use of this beautiful feature in the world. And this is just one example of the skills that adults should accustom themselves with in the new era in order to stay relevant and also make money out of it. So I think the benefits are lifelong. And I've heard a quote which is really famous and popular, and that is that you have to learn each and everything and put it on a shelf, and maybe there will be a time that you can use them, so you can take it out from the shelf and use that. So learning is never the waste of time or money, and if you have to strive to learn each and everything, but there is one more thing that you have to keep in mind, that uh, learning 10 things is not more is not better than mastering one thing. So uh, the new skills that should be learned by adults must be relevant to their study cases or their majors. Writing and speaking sample. Write about a time when you received useful criticism or feedback that helped you. Describe the situation, the feedback you received, and the steps you took to apply the advice. Write about the time when you received useful criticism or feedback. I can do it. If you could go back and redo one day in your life, what would you choose? Explain the reason for your choice. If you could go back and redo one day in your life, what would you choose? Explain the reasons for your choice. Okay, so if I get a chance to redo one day in my life, like to go back in time and fix everything and on that day, so that would be the day when I was giving the Concord exam. Okay, so it was around, I guess, August or September 2022 when I was giving the Concord exam. And if you don't know the Concord exam, then it is an exam. It's an exam taken by all the school graduates in Afghanistan, and actually, so after 12th, this ex- after 12th, this exam is taken by all the school graduates in Afghanistan, and through this exam, you can actually get access to different governmental universities in Afghanistan. So the mistake which I made on that day is that when you were like you were giving five options that you can select any university or any faculty that you want to get access to or get enroll in. So the mistake which I did was that instead of selecting IT and computer science in Ningarhar, I selected software engineering in Kunal. And actually, I didn't realize at that time, as I was under super, I would say, pressure, and I just made a blunder, and I ended up getting into the software engineering faculty in Kunar, Afghanistan. But most of my friends, which gave exam on the same day, they got into Ningarhar University, and the ranking system, Ningarhar University ranks up or on the like up compared to Kunar University. But although like the software engineering had like has a better we can say a better reputation than the IT, but still I was disappointed because Kunar was away from my home, and I needed to go into a hostel and like just go away or shift from my home to university for full time. But if I was in Ningarhar, then I could just go to university from my home and come back. So this was a mistake, which I think like I got around 264 marks, and some of my friends got 240 or 250, and they got into Ningarhar University. They're now studying in Ningarhar, and I just dropped out of that university now because I didn't want to continue or finish my undergraduate program in a university or which I think doesn't have that much of qualified teachers and education system compared to other universities in Afghanistan. So, like, if I ever get a chance to redo that one day in my life, then that would be that day. As of now, like none other, not like other, not other days are like clicked into my mind.